Good evening, folks, and welcome back to another episode of South of the Shutter Curtain. As always, it's your boy, Devin Hine, sitting across from the Microsoft Teams screen from the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Lucas Mueller. You want to say hi to the folks, Luke?
Hello, folks.
But folks, Luke is back, and we are back to the playoffs. How you feeling today, sir?
Well, I'm feeling phenomenal, not just for those reasons, but because today's a special day. Today is one Devin Hine's birthday. And it is tradition that we do an episode on your birthday. Couldn't let you down, man. Couldn't let you down. Obviously had some stuff going on, so unfortunately I missed last week. And you know how much that hurts, given that that was probably the one episode tailor-made to us, for us. Bunch of people no one's going to care about. No one's going to know who any of them are. But we are. And we're going to pick some random favorites. And they may or may not do anything. And that's pretty much exactly what happened. So, nice job. Thank you very much for filling in and doing us proud. And also, very happy birthday. And I'm sure there's nothing you'd rather be doing at 7:40 p.m. on your birthday night than talking about a letdown against the Vikings with a couple positives from some of our random friends.
Well, yeah, there is literally nothing I'd rather be doing than 7:40 on my birthday night than talking football. They're my absolute favorite human beings in the world. I have been very thankful for all the love and support that I receive, as always. But birthday's always a good reminder of it. I couldn't help but laugh. I got a text from my uncle, and he was like, "Oh, so what a 32-year-old's doing their birthday?" And I told him about my day, and I said, "Hopefully, we're going to record." And he was like, "Oh, well, good luck on the show." And I was almost going to be like, "Jerry, I've been talking about the Packers out of my ass for like 20 years now. Like I don't need luck.
Don't
this
need
just
luck
comes
for
natural.
this one.
No, not at all. But yeah, it's been a good day. But like you said, it's really the essence of who we are. Like that game against Minnesota meant absolutely nothing. But at the same time, I was like, to my dad and his girlfriend, I was like, "Yo, there's like 5 people that like could maybe do something for us in the playoffs, but also like." Could be, easy free agent replacement, save money, and the cap-stricken year we're going to have next year. Like, this is important shit. Like, what if Clayton Tune can be QB2? Like,
right. Things
kind of mattered, at least in our fucked up minds, and that's why we're here.
Yeah, because we're concerned about QB2 and CB5 for next year and all that, and DN6 and all that kind of fun stuff. But there is potential that it could matter in the future. There's also potential for most of the people we saw play this last Sunday to be out of the league this upcoming offseason, right? And that's kind of the fun of it.
Let me just jump on something there real quick.
Yeah.
Talking about a lot of these guys that they could be off this team. They could be out of the league. A lot of these guys too, Luke. A lot of them undrafted free agents, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know who also is an undrafted free agent around this time of the year?
Who?
That kind of came out of nowhere. A man by the name of James Starks.
Yes, sir.
Now, I'm not saying I'm expecting that we're going to see some James Starks, but I think there needs to be an excitement as it comes to this time of the year because we have a lot of good players and we have a lot of players that we have seen been difference makers. But now, especially entering this game against Chicago, like I'm kind of jumping off the back of something I want to say it was Andy Herman said, but it's like, bro, like these are the games where people like Tramon Williams were immortalized. Just a guy who was good and then all of a sudden got hot and became a god. And I'm like, that we'll talk about forever. Like Jeff Janis, I know we would have talked about him forever, even if he didn't do what he did. But like, even in a game that ended up being a loss, like a superhuman effort. And granted, if we're talking about, who we could think in that game, you're thinking Edgerrin Cooper. You're thinking Xavier McKinney. But shit, it could be Jalen Simpson. It could be General Shamar Bartholomew. And
could be.
It's crazy times, my friend. It's crazy times. But I think I am way more up for this game than I probably should be.
Yeah, looking forward, I definitely have some trepidation. I think largely just due to where we live, being south of the Shutter Curtain. Right? It's going to be a very long off season if things don't go well. But I think we do have some positives, and there were some people that played well coming out of the Vikings game. There's also some people that played pretty poorly and got cut today, and that would be Clayton Tune, understandably, because he was garbage.
Yeah, he was awful.
And like I get backup offensive line, right? Backup playmakers against their starting defense. But he did not look like he belonged on the football field. Right? Like the throws just did not look like NFL throws. He could not process. He couldn't do anything. The best play we ran with him was quarterback sweep, which I thought was hilarious that we just left the Malik playbook in for him. Love that. He athletic, ran like a 4.6 40, right? I remember him coming out. I kind of liked him a little bit as like a 7th round pick type of vibe. Yeah, he would not have been worth our 7th round pick, that's for sure at this point. But I love that we try to do a little something creative with him, got a little first down, scampered, and that was the highlight of his day because he got us net negative passing yards. Not great.
Yeah, the throws did not look college level. I had obviously watched some film on him before show last week. And then so when I was on YouTube today, like, you know, like your recent searches come up, so there were Clayton Tune highlights. I'm like, let me just watch some highlights from him at Houston to see if he can actually throw the ball. And he could then. He could not at all on Saturday throw the ball. But not only that, just the lack of awareness in the pocket. Some of those collisions that he took, Lucas, it reminded me of like those super dramatic, intense, like don't drink and drive commercials in Australia where like it's just a happy video and they're driving along and all of a sudden, wham. You know, like you can imagine what I'm talking about?
I do. Yeah.
Just peace and harmony and then the world is shattered like that. Like, that was multiple of Clayton Tune's sacks. So, I mean, even before we released him, which was today, I was like, yeah, we will still be going into the offseason with quarterback 2 being a question mark. That guy is definitely not it.
No. He is making it look like the Riddler. Good old Desmond Ritter has the inside track right now, which is kind of terrifying, but is what it is.
I mean, he'll always have a special place in my heart. Love that dude for a hot minute. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
He's not on the active roster, which is surprising to say the least, because it sounded like I got the vibe from the floor that we think Malik is going to be fine to go against Chicago. So why are we bringing up the Riddler? Like, I don't really think we should roll in with three quarterbacks, considering, and this is for you.
Mm-hmm.
I want to have the bodies at defensive end because I want both Barron Sorrell and Colin Oliver to be active. Even if you only have 2 quarterbacks, it still might be tight or not possible. So having 3, I don't get it.
Well, if I remember correctly, there's a special rule that may just be for the playoffs. That part I don't remember, where you can carry a 3rd quarterback that's an emergency quarterback that doesn't go towards the game day 48. So you get like a 49th player on your game day roster, but it has to be an emergency quarterback that cannot go in unless the first 2 are hurt or whatever, right? There's some verbiage there, but I believe that's why. Just so we don't get San Francisco 49ered with Christian McCaffrey in a playoff game, having to play quarterback. I think that's the only reason we're doing it. So I think, if I remember correctly, that means we get to carry an extra player. He is the only person that can be that extra player on game day.
If that's the case, then I fully support it, and that would make a lot more sense.
Yeah, because if it comes down to it, I would probably rather Desmond Ritter than Josh Jacobs, since he's supposedly our emergency quarterback.
I will never understand how it's not Savion.
He's on
Obviously
IR,
not,
but yeah.
Well, yeah, I know he's on IR now, but when that question was asked to the floor, he was like, oh, is Jaden Reed or Jacobs? I have seen no highlights of either of them doing that in college. I mean, nope. Jaden Reed, I feel like slot body type would potentially do better, but either way, like you had Savion Williams, who one very wise man once said, apparently he had the best arm in TCU.
That's what I've heard.
That's what you've literally said.
I know.
So I don't get it. Not that it matters now, because Savion, the latest friend to be lost.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. R.I.P. He's in a better place.
He's in a better. We got a lot of guys that I think are going to be coming back next year Just a whole new mindset, a whole new level of peace and mindfulness from just being in a better place. And nearly half the roster at this point.
Yeah. Pretty much everybody we care about has missed some time this year.
Yeah, just to like pause for a moment. Can we think back to early in the season when it was so clear and obvious? Really just think about like the other darkness of this though. Who is by far your favorite player on this team, Lucas?
By far oh my God.
I think it's a very obvious
Tucker
answer
Kraft.
to me.
Yeah, Tucker Kraft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And other than my Devin Belmelton-ness, like who is my actual favorite player on this team? Who I was chanting, he's the defensive MVP.
Oh yeah, Devontae Wyatt. It's hard. I'm not gonna lie, it's hard with you because you love so deeply so many players.
I do love so deeply. But Devontae Wyatt,
100%. Yeah.
and then the player that is the best on the team that everybody would agree,
Yep.
other than Zane Anderson, is Micah Parsons, and they're all out,
Including Zane.
including Zane.
Shit. They even took Zane from us.
I'm just hoping they don't take Bo too. Like I haven't heard yet if he's okay or not.
He's questionable with a knee. So who knows? Bo knows.
I hope he's back, dude. Chicago is afraid of that man.
They should be after last time.
What a play. What a play. What a play when the Super Bowl was still right in front of us.
Feels like it was years ago. It was only a month.
It was only a month that everything came crashing down.
Yep.
God, Denver. And I love that city, man. When skiing out there, it was fantastic. Used to love the Broncos growing up, but what a shit show
Stokely,
that game was.
yeah.
So Stokely, Jake Plummer, dude.
Jake the Snake.
Jake was him. I mean, he's what? One of like 3 quarterbacks to beat Brady in the playoffs in the AFC?
Yeah.
Maybe it's like 4. I guess what? Him, Sanchez, Tannehill, Peyton. Okay, maybe it's not 4. It feels like it's a small list. Like
Small
that is I don't know, a career plot point for Plummer for sure.
Him and Tannehill, definitely interesting on that list.
Though I feel like, granted, on those late 2000s Broncos teams, like it was a lot of the defense in the Mike Shanahan running game, but I just remember watching that Titans Patriots game, and it was this guy that
weren't we together?
Yeah, I think we were.
Wasn't
it for my birthday?
I think it was.
It probably was, like downtown Libertyville, right?
Yeah.
So that game, if I remember properly, was a lot of a man that I think that we've seen recently. I think we might be familiar with his craft.
Yeah.
That was a lot,
a lot of Derrick Henry.
Oh, God. Didn't think we'd be on the receiving end of that in a key spot 6 years later.
No, definitely did not. Definitely did not. Oh, man. Good memories.
Good memories. Where are we going to now? You're in charge of the show. I told you.
Oh, God. Well, let's just talk about who impressed you on the offense. Did anybody? Or I guess impressions from the offense. You know, we had the entire backup offensive line besides Belton in. What do we think? The running backs we already know.
I mean, Chris Brooks, I think had a better day than I expected, considering how shitty the run blocking was.
I'd agree.
I don't know who the backup guards were. I think that Monk was in at center, but there were a couple of plays, like on the Emmanuel Wilson loss of 25 yards.
Hilarious, by the way. Him just pulling a straight up Madden thing, just circling back and forth and back and forth and back and forth.
Bro, it's like a pincer move into the backfield.
Yeah.
They had 2 guys right away. Both went through a guard, completely untouched. So that was discouraging.
Mm-hmm.
Dominique Daphne 2.0, that's just what I'm going to call him, looks exactly like Dominique Daphne. Little taller, little lankier. Not calling him super skinny, but like, Daphne had some oomph to him. I mean, the offense was rough, bro.
We're referring to Drake Dabney, by the way.
Hey, Dominique Daphne, yeah.
I think one of the things I was most disappointed by was Golden. He did nothing. Now, I know it's because of Tune, but if I'm not mistaken, they did play together at Houston for a year. I think Golden's freshman year, overlapped with Toon's senior year.
Yeah,
so I was kind of
threw
hoping
him
for something.
7 touchdowns.
Yeah, so I was hoping for something, and all we got were like 2 Golden 5-yard drops. So that was
I was going to say,
disappointing.
I did see a drop out of him.
That was a little disappointing, and yeah, I was kind of hoping a little breakout game potential, which I should have known better, but you have to have hope, right?
That was the opportunity for it. That was the perfect chance. He
just had
the
Toon thrown
one
on the
person. He was the one person on the field you actually want getting the ball, right?
Correct.
Like, I know Bo's another good option, but Bo got hurt, so they had to bring in Jaden Reed and just I'm sure they told Toon not to throw him the ball, but Jaden Reed's out there. You got frickin' UMass kid, can't remember his name, like JJK, JKJ.
Keeney Smith.
There was a J at the end. It was like, you'll look it up.
I will.
I couldn't even remember.
He's our leading receiver with 15 yards, sir. Jacoby Keeney James.
Jacoby Keeney James. Okay, can we just pause for a second with the numbers at receiver? All right, so Christian 1, Romeo 2, Jaden Reed 3, Dontavian Wicks 4, Matthew Golden 5.
Maybe, yeah.
And then this whatever JKJ is 6. Okay, so
if Bo's not available,
if the 5 are healthy, he probably doesn't play. Like, he can be deactivated. Because I was also like, why is this dude in the active roster? I'm guessing it's just going to be like a plug and dump.
Yeah, and I think they really just wanted someone to return kicks and punts, potentially.
Yeah,
for this game.
Either.
No, he didn't
look great.
I'm sure they hoped he'd look great, so then we just, to prevent Reed or Dobbs from having to do it, but did not work out that way.
No, he was not the move. But when it comes to positivity on offense, that's all I got, bro. Like, nothing. Chris Brooks, that's it.
Monk, I think, didn't look terrible, which is a win, because Monk has been deactivated so much so far in his career, despite us having 0 backup centers. So I was interested to see him play. He didn't jump off the page as bad, which I will take as a victory. If he's a serviceable backup center, that's a pretty big deal, I think, for us, because otherwise we would have to look for one in the offseason somehow. And now we can, I think, just what I would do is just roll with Ryan and Monk going into next year. I think Ryan's been fine. If Monk can provide just okay backup play, then I think we're good. That solidifies something, one less question mark going into next year. So I think that was kind of a good thing. Jordan Morgan looked like he gave up a sack, but then it kind of turns out that maybe that wasn't necessarily his fault. Potentially. He didn't look awful at left tackle. I think maybe he looked a little bit better at left tackle than he did at right tackle, potentially. And Belton was in at right guard because we just don't have enough offensive linemen to not play everybody. And Kennard was, whatever at right tackle. So overall, I didn't feel terrible about the offensive line given what they were going up against. It could have been much worse, I think. A lot of Toon's pressures were Toon's faults, it felt like. Now, you're going up against Dallas Turner against our backup offensive line. It's going to be a problem at some point, and it was. But overall, they weren't as embarrassing as it could have been.
Also, you got Eric Wilson over there too, bro.
That's true. Can't forget Eric Wilson.
And Eric Wilson appears to be playing the level that he played for us, just more consistent.
Yeah.
He's
good for him.
He's their Quay Walker. Yeah, honestly, good for him. I hate that it's in Minnesota. Thankfully, this year it didn't really bite us in the ass. But I mean, it's nice when we can see a former Packer that left that we feel good about go out and do good things and not really hurt us. That's a beautiful thing. Doesn't really happen in that storybook often.
It doesn't. But no, it really doesn't. But that's about it as far as the offense is concerned.
Defense,
we got some stuff to talk about here.
Yeah, Colin fucking Oliver. Let's start with him, my guy.
I love it.
Take it away, Lukey.
I don't know who you're talking about. I saw Micah 2.0 out there.
Hey.
I love our little undersized defensive end there. I thought he played shockingly well, right? And we'll talk about him, but Sorrell got the sack, which is great. But Oliver had some consistent pressure. And I think something that you have to remember about Colin Oliver is not just is he a rookie, he's only practiced in full for like a week ever with the team, right? He showed up to like rookie minicamp. That was it. They didn't actually do anything. It's just like meet each other, right? Go through a couple stretches and go home, basically.
Some nice icebreakers.
Correct. If you could only have one food for the rest of your life, what is it? What's your favorite movie? That's all they do. But he just hasn't practiced. He's been injured this whole time, right? And even when he came back, he wasn't full participant until recently. So he's barely done anything. Like, he has had no opportunity to react and adjust to the NFL level and speed and physicality of the players. So I was a little concerned about him coming into the game. I was very hopeful, but a little concerned because a lot of these other players that we saw play well on defense that are young or rookies, they've gotten a taste of it this year so far, right? Sorrell's been in. Obviously, we've had Cox for a little bit now, Mosby, Jonathan Ford, right? They've all gotten tastes of it before. But he's just kind of coming in cold, right? He hasn't really had a chance to kind of find his footing yet, and I think to still be able to get some pressure and to show some, he doesn't have quite the same closing burst, but some relentless pursuit. That was a little Micah-like, which was nice. I love to see that. Him kind of chase people down from the backside and get involved in plays, even if they don't necessarily go his way. I really, really enjoyed that, and I think he brings a little something extra. And he wasn't terrible in the run game, because that's kind of the knock, right, potentially. You got an undersized guy, and he goes against a good right tackle, and the right tackle is just going to walk him out of the picture, right? And he did, and he kind of stood his ground and set a decent edge, and that's going to be something that's very important for him to go on in his career, because being a pure situational pass rusher can be a challenge, right, to get on the field consistently. But he showed a lot, I feel like, and made me very excited. I don't think we're going to see him in the playoffs, but makes me very excited for what he could do next year with a full offseason under his belt, probably even healthier than he is now, and with some more time to adjust. I think he could really be a difference maker for us.
Watching that game on defense from the very first snap, I was like, where is he?
Yeah,
like,
right?
That's
it's
what
like
I was
45.
looking
Where's
for.
45?
Like, Travion and him is where I was looking the whole time, and, like, after the first drive, I'm like, what the fuck are they doing? Like, where is he? Like, seriously, where is this dude that we've been hearing all these things about? This baby Micah stuff, it's not just us. Like, the Packers, unfortunately, have not, given you, props yet. They will. They'll come around, but they're seeing it. They're seeing it too, right? They wouldn't be saying if they didn't agree with you. So there's all this hype around this kid. And, man, from the get-go, he gets in the game, and he has just the motor and the intensity, the relentlessness. Like you said, it was Micah-esque, bro. But he's out there. He's kind of little.
Yep.
He's wearing 45. He can kind of get, shot back. You know what he reminded me of out there? 45? Rudy Rudiger.
Oh, God.
Just go get him, baby. Just heart, smaller frame, more elusive than power. Same kind of vibe. I thought Colin Oliver was a breath of fresh air. He is a much different pass rusher. I mean, from what we have left, right? Because we had Micah. Now Micah's gone, so we got Micah 2.0. And I hear you numerically, unfortunately, you're probably right. I think there's a good chance he does not play. But if I had it my way, I would have him playing 100%. I don't know. Like, realistically, you would not bench Gary. But based on the group that we have, with how people are playing, that is who I'd want you to bench. In that defensive line group, Nessie has looked better with a return from injury. Brenton Cox is heating up again. Baron Sorrell just played the game of his life and has been a solid defiant contributor the entire season.
Right.
But he looked like that's a flashy, sneaky draft pick is what he showed us in Minnesota.
And I obviously, my personal attachment to him goes back to our mock draft, so I loved to see it. But the same thing, I was like, where's 45? Where's this dude? Oh, there he is. He's the little one. But he played well.
He played phenomenal. Amazing. And then Baron Sorrell.
It was even better.
He had, more tackles in this game than he had all season? And it's not like he hasn't played all season. He's
8
been
tackles
inactive
in
the
a
past
sack.
couple weeks. Yeah, dude. He was insane. I think
And another quarterback hit.
The forced fumble or the recovery. It was him and Cox together.
He had the recovery. He had the recovery, and he had a nice third and short run stop as well. He looked like a legitimate player, and something to keep in mind, right, is the Vikings played their starters. So what our defense did against them, that's real, right?
That's
the Vikings weren't pulling
insane.
punches. We played basically every rookie and undrafted free agent we could find on defense, and most of them stood up pretty well against starters.
Including a new Packer who's a former All-Pro, who was pretty locked out on Justin Jefferson. I don't think he gave him no touchdowns. I don't think he did. I know you aren't very excited about the Trayvon Diggs experiment, but I am.
1 catch, 4 yards. That's what he gave up.
Elite.
Yeah.
I mean, he
didn't play
definitely
much,
already.
but yes.
He is changing that passer rating this season from being perfect to maybe not perfect, hopefully soon.
It's probably 155 now, not 158. Progress.
I mean, listen.
It's progress.
Lucas, you can't tell me that it's not worth plugging him in there to see if he can be better than CV.
No, I'm with you, especially potentially situationally, because what I was impressed with was his tackling. He tackled well.
Yeah.
And he wasn't afraid of it, right? He kind of threw himself in there a little bit, which is not exactly his MO historically, and is one of the biggest problems that CV has. CV's nice and aggressive, but he's not going to go in and make a tackle. And he also has no ball skills. And Trayvon Diggs has ball skills. And if he's willing to throw a shoulder in there to try to get a tackle, yeah, I'm kind of with you now. He played well. He was impressive. And like I said, I didn't care as much about the coverage stuff, but seeing him compete in the run game, big one.
Yeah, he stuck his nose on there in the run game, and he also, bigger frame, 6'2", helps more in zone coverage.
One of your guys.
CV was balling. Exactly. That's part of the reason I'm so excited. You know, big, tall, receiver, middle to end of the season signing. Folks. And yeah, I'm not anticipating that he is going to return to his all-pro level. Of course not. But you're not asking much to get better play at corner out of either positions. I think CV has been worse, but Nixon has not been wonderful either. So Diggs is being paid mainly by Dallas. I don't have all the contract details memorized, but essentially we can either cut him after this year for like nothing.
Yep.
Or if he plays well for us, we could keep him next year for cheap too. Like after that, we'd have to think about re-signing him, but this could be like a little tryout. If he looks better than CV, even if we lose against the Bears, which, we're not. Even if we lose against Seattle, you know, could that be like, all right, we should still take a corner on the draft, but maybe that can be like our 4th round pick as opposed to our 3rd, right? Like, does that change your gymnastics a little bit? And it could. So I'm happy to have him. We'll see if he just rotates in with Valentine or straight up starts over him, but that man is going to play. I think out of anybody that we saw, he will have the highest percentage of snaps in the playoffs. Maybe that's a push between him or an old friend that came back home, Lucas. Wearing the most hideous jersey number I can imagine, 64 for a defensive tackle.
Ugly.
Now, I know there was some Packer defensive tackle in the Super Bowl run that I'm pretty sure wore in the 60s. Like I can imagine it from like the old Favre years. We'll come back to you on that one. But oh my, it's hideous. Like I was running through my mind, like, okay, so 99 is Sorrell, 98, 97 was what's his face, the fat Seahawk Bohannon. Yeah, bye. That's who he is. But he was 97. You know that jersey number is free.
Yeah.
Or maybe even the 70s would have been better. Like 79, Ryan Pickett. Like
74,
on,
Aaron Campman. Yeah, I'm with you.
Iowa zone. Don't forget.
There you go.
There we go. Happy birthday.
Pretty much anything better than 64. Yeah, that's tough. That's
Awful,
like a center.
He looked good-ish. He looked fine. He looked where I'm like, okay, yeah, you can have him take more snaps to be a run-stuffing defender over Carl Brooks. Like, saw him on the field, saw your size, saw you not getting obliterated by a single block. Thank you, Jonathan Ford. That's all I need to see.
Yeah, there's definitely a time and place where we can chuck him in the game and feel a little bit more comfortable about our situation for sure.
Just with the run defense as a whole, little glass half full positivity thing going in here to next week. It's like some of those boys should have gotten some rest. Stackhouse has been sitting.
Mm-hmm.
Like Carl and Colby not going the entire game against Minnesota, like should help as well.
Should, yeah.
Considering the Bears just played a full game against the Lions. So, like that little joke of a preseason bye, but it actually seems like, okay, that actually might have been a much smarter move than we thought.
It could legitimately help the people, like you're saying, that weren't even injured. And I think bringing that up about the D-line is really important because it's something we've talked about all year, right? Specifically Kobe to start it. It's like he's never had to play this level of snaps in his life, right? Then that can wear on you as the year goes on. And same with Carl at this point. This was not the plan at the beginning of the year, right?
Colby was drafted as a defensive edge.
Yeah.
Like he bulked up and put on 30 pounds this offseason. I was just like, oh yeah, we'll see if he can play tackle. And now he is the sole true traditional quote unquote run stuffing defensive tackle as someone who's been playing it for like 2 weeks.
Correct. So giving those boys a break was nice. What else was nice, as is always, to see a little Katan Oladapo, right? We love some Katan Oladapo on this show because
he should add 2 picks, bro.
He's the kind of safety we love.
Yeah,
we love those big safeties. We do.
Give me a 6'2" box safety who's just like all muscle.
Correct. Love it.
Definitely proves why he plays defensive back, but he was looking great out there, bro.
He looks good every time he plays. And I've heard some of the other Packers podcasters that have been to practices and stuff, and they're like, this guy's a guy. Like he can legitimately play NFL football. He's just buried because we decided to pick him up the same time we picked up all the other safeties on the roster. So what are you going to do? He's not going to play. He's safety 4, right? Maybe 5 if Zane's there because we love Zane. But he's a legitimate NFL could start for team safety, I believe. And I wish there was a way we could get him involved more, but you're not taking McKinney. You're not taking Evan Williams. At this point, you're not taking Bullard off the field. But it's nice to know he's back there if we need him.
Yeah, he's a good peace of mind, especially with Zane being out. I mean, you would hope it wouldn't happen. It's just, for a few plays. But if, any of the big 3, I feel like when it comes to our defensive secondary, the big 3 aren't corners at all. It's the 3 safeties.
Mm-hmm.
It's Bullard, it's McKinney, it's Evan Williams, and the interchangeability that you have. But if any of them go down, right? Like if, let's just say, X goes down for a little bit, it's nice if you don't have to have the automatic thought of, okay, we have to move Bullard back there. And right. I think that with what we've heard from Oladapo in practice, from what people are saying, and honestly a little bit what we saw in Minnesota, like heaven forbid that were to happen, I don't think it's an automatic that you just forfeit and put in another corner and then send Bullard back there. Like I think you could roll with Oladapo because
especially not right now without Hobbs.
We've seen them roll with Zane in that spot, right?
Yeah.
Like the game that he went in, I'm pretty sure Bullard was still playing the slot, and they decided to instead put Zane in. And based on what we've seen from Katan, do it. And also, he's 6'2", so he could be a ball hawk, and we love those safeties.
Should be good in the run defense too. Yeah, I love it. I loved the pick. I remember watching him his rookie year when I went to training camp. He was off by himself, kind of rehabbing and stuff, and doing a bunch of ball drills. And I was like, not the most smooth catching I've ever seen in the world. Which, hey, he dropped one here, but yeah, love that kind of safety. He brings a different kind of level of size and physicality that the room does not have without him. So it's always cool to see him play. I'm always glad when he gets a couple reps. He played well. I mean, I thought basically the secondary in general played relatively well, considering they were going up against good receivers, right? Not good quarterbacks, but good receivers. Jalen Simpson ended up on Justin Jefferson like all the time, which just kind of
locked down.
Was shocking. Yeah, and he played pretty well, right? Jonathan Baldwin, I thought, was all right. Nobody really
he had a PBU.
Yep. Nobody really stood out as like, oh God, that guy can't play. Right? Because you can tell at this point if someone is just not NFL caliber player. They all looked the part, right? They all looked like they could be there. which is cool to see.
Yeah, crazy thing with Simpson, too, is I always thought he was a safety. Like, when we picked him up, they then said he was safety
Yeah, I think he was to
corner
start.
hybrid, but
Yeah.
he was a safety at Auburn and was drafted to the Colts by safety. And I guess he moved him to corner. And, yeah, I think he held up pretty well. You know, you usually think that when you get those hybrid players between corner and safety, they're not going to be very fluid in the hips and be able to turn really well. And, well, like, he was helped by an overthrow in the corner of the end zone. I thought overall he had a nice day.
And they had some nice kind of in front and behind Jefferson coverage on that I think I imagine if we saw all 22, that looks even more locked down than it looked on the TV copy. Because there's probably just really no good way to get the ball in that spot. You know what I mean? Just given how the defense was playing and how excited they were after the play, they were kind of congratulating themselves on the coverage type of thing. So I suspect the all 22 makes that look like complete lockdown, which was cool.
And while there weren't any, you know, pick sixes, obviously we did not come out ahead on the scoreboard when the game was over. This game still felt like a win for me because people on defense tried and battled.
Yeah.
Like, forget the offense. There's nothing to see. There's nothing to watch. But I would have been happy with that defensive performance if we started our starters, much less, you know, half a group of insurance salesmen. Bro, it was wild. People just got after it. People were hungry. Like I kind of said on my little show, like, these are the opportunities for some people.
Mm-hmm.
This is the best opportunity they're going to get. This may be like the fullest extent of their NFL dreams coming alive. And I think pretty much all of them, especially on defense, you know, took really good advantage of that. Not you, Clayton Tune, but
Everybody but him.
pretty much, yeah.
No, I agree. I think they did. They played really well overall, and it looked like there's a lot to work with there potentially in the future, which is also a very big positive for whenever this season ends, not on Saturday. Right, we're not really going to have any cap space, not a ton. And we don't have as many draft picks as we're used to. So to fill the bottom end of the roster, maybe a lot of these guys instead of a lot of 6th, 7th, 5th undrafted free agent guys in the upcoming class or super cheap free agent signings. So it's also was a big trout for us, not even just other teams, right? We're probably going to see a lot of these guys back next year if I had to take a guess. The Baldwins and the Simpsons and those kind of guys.
Barty.
Yep. Good old Bartholomew.
Don't forget Barty, my boy. He was on the broadcast from the get-go, and I was like, there he is.
Hard to miss.
Shamar. All right. To the Bears.
To the Bears.
First things first. You see Dumb Boy taking shots again?
No.
Ben Johnson?
What'd he say?
He was talking about, I don't remember exactly the question, but it was something along the lines of, other teams didn't play their guys. You guys did. Asking about the thoughts about that. And he's like, oh, yeah. Well, here in Chicago, here we play football. We're not like those other guys. We're not resting our guys. We're here to play football.
Oh, God.
Not like other teams. So that's what we do. Listen, bitch boy. This was never personal. This was never personal, Benny, okay? And you've made it personal. All right? I was fired up before both last Bear games. And this one, honestly, on paper, I should not be as confident. But when you said that, you brought me up to 10 again. Why are you giving us bulletin board material, buddy? Do you not realize that you didn't beat us, that we beat ourselves? And you cheap-shotted Mr. Toyotathon himself, and now he's coming into your house for vengeance? And you just gave us something more to think about? Benny, come on.
Yeah, that's almost got a little bit of the Lions vibes. And look, we already dislike the Bears much more than we do the Lions. But when the Lions, after I don't remember if it was after the first year, after the second year, or whatever, that they were good, and all of a sudden they started talking a lot. It's like, all right, I was kind of rooting for you. I would never root for the Bears, but I was like, all right, I was kind of rooting for you Lions, little brother and stuff. And now you're just being a jerk about it. And I want to crush you, right?
Yeah, go back to your room.
Correct. And look where they are now, right? On the couch. But Yeah, it's like you don't need to do this. I understand he's grandstanding to get more approval from the Bears fans and that kind of thing, but you don't need to do that, right? Just let the play do the talk, and I feel pretty decent going into this game. Now, what's hard, and we kind of touched on it earlier, living where we do, surrounded by Bears fans everywhere, at least personally, right? If we lose a game, and when we lost to the Bears, I had people coming from all over the store that I work in. Right, there's like 200 people that work at the store total, and just people coming from random departments to come find me throughout the day to rub it in my face, right? So I really don't want that to be the end of our season and just the horde of people that I'm gonna have like a deli counter type situation. Like, take a number, okay, your turn to make fun of us, right? So we got to make sure that does not happen first and foremost. Since I am kind of the resident Packer fan where I work, I'm not alone, but I apparently am the lightning rod of them. So,
I mean, you have your own show, Lucas. You should be the lightning rod.
I do. I understand. But I really don't want to lose this game, man. Right? I don't think we will. I'm with you. I'm starting to feel a little confident. I'm starting to feel a little 2023 vibes. And I hope I'm right, because this Bears team is very beatable. We were the better team both times we played. We should have beat them more easily the first time. Should have definitely beat them the second time. We are the better team. Yeah, we have some injuries that we didn't necessarily have for both games, but we got a couple players coming back. Zach Tom's coming back, it sounds like, which will be huge, right? Because I fully believe if you give Jordan time, he will crush the Bears. The Bears defense has not been able to stop Matt LaFleur pretty much ever, right, from getting open players. It's just, can we hit them? And if we give Jordan time, I believe we can. Obviously, I'm nervous, right? It being the playoffs, you never know. It's just one game. So one fumble, one dumb tip pass, one stupid penalty could completely change the outcome of the game. But we are the better team, and we need to make sure we show that on Saturday night.
I just think we're due.
Yeah, it feels that way.
We've had so much bad of late. The injuries have been so decimating, but you have seen, tremendous acts of courage, right? You've really seen some guys battling their ass off. You have seen some guys playing Packer football. Like X had a dropped pick in Chicago, dropped pick against Denver. He is due. Quay or Coop, they are due. So like in the last Bear games, for example, not only did you knock out Jordan Love, not only were we beating you for 58 minutes, not only did we have negative self-inflicted wounds, but we also were not having plays from our playmakers.
Yeah.
I don't anticipate that continuing. Christian Watson is a bear killer. So is Naperville's own. You don't think he's due for a breakout game?
He definitely
with how
is.
banged up he was been? You don't think he wants to go off? If Don Tavian's back with his concussion, he's been nothing but money. Yeah, he had the drop in interception in Denver. That's been his one low light. The rest of the season, he's been money. Musgrave looking good. We rested Josh Jacobs. He fumbled on the goal line last time in Chicago.
Yep.
There are a few players that I have seen in my history of being a Green Bay Packers fan bleed green and yellow harder than Josh Jacobs. You don't think he's going to be running a motherfucker over and over and over and over?
And he hopefully
Saturday?
should finally be healthy-ish as well.
Looks like it. I don't anticipate that Emmanuel Wilson is going to run 30 yards backwards again.
Probably not.
Josh Wiley is going to motion at fullback and make some blocks and lead the way. I mean, there's a lot to believe in here, bro. There's a lot of good things coming back. But ultimately, Zach Tom is back.
It's a big
and
deal.
Jordan has protection. Even if you just get sprinkles from Jacobs, I just think that with the weapons we have on offense, like Watson, Reed, Romeo's going to have another big game in Chicago, I feel like. Just protect Love. He can put up 30 or 40.
Mm-hmm.
He can do it. He may have to. And on defense, we just need a couple stops. If the Bears would just be committed to running on first and second down, they would probably win this game. If they would just decide every drive, we're going to run on first and second down, they will be able to run us down. I think they'll be able to gain 3 or 4 yards, but I just don't think they're patient enough. They've not proven that they will be.
No, and this is where I believe that Caleb Williams' completion percentage kind of comes back to bite him a little bit, right? Because he's a big play hunter, right? He can make some incredible plays. We know that. He can use his legs. But at some point, you need to just complete passes to keep the ball and moving down the field, right? And that is not something he's good at yet. And hopefully he never is. But that can get them off track pretty quickly. So if we can get a run stuff or two, he's only completing 57% of his passes. That automatically should put them in a fair amount of third and longs, right? And then we need to capitalize on that. Now, we need to catch the balls that are thrown to us, which we haven't all year, right? There's a good chance Caleb throws one to us at least. He's not very turnover prone, but he will take risks. So,
especially when he's scrambling. I mean,
correct.
if you think you got somebody down a seam like X or Evan, you will probably get an opportunity, but you have to bring the ball in.
Correct.
You have to. And a play like that is going to be the difference in this game.
And they love. He threw a pick on it this week. That deep over, super deep kind of cross post type situation coming from the right side to the left. Right. It's what they beat us on. It's a play they won with in overtime. They tried it against the Lions and it got picked off. They love that. So Evan Williams, Xavier McKinney, corners, depending on the coverage, figure it out. Be prepared because they're going to throw it. Go run under and catch the ball. Right. That's what the Lions did and made a big difference. The game's all for us to take here, right? It's all for the taking. Even with the injuries, we are the better team. We can be more consistent, I feel, with Jordan at the helm. We have a better defense.
Oh, more consistent than Clayton Tune? Are you sure about that? That feels a little spicy, Luke.
Maybe slightly. We have the better defense. They're they're ball hawks on their team, right? On the Bears. But their secondary is just bad, man. And they don't get a lot of pass rush. The run defense is fine. But the secondary is just bad. Now, maybe it's a good thing, maybe it's a bad thing, but it looks like C.J. Gardner-Johnson, he's listed as questionable. That dude was not cold. He did not know where he was when he had his concussion this last week. He's the guy that Christian Watson really abused in the first matchup. So I kind of want him to play. I mean, he's kind of a big play hunter too. He'll make some splash plays and always has his entire career. But he cannot keep up with our players, with our wide receivers at all. No shot.
Who do you think their backup is? Like DeAndre Houston, Carson, C-back?
Oh, man, I don't even know. Well, he's mostly playing slot for them, right? So it's Tyreek Stevenson maybe.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a bad thing. Gordon is maybe back sometimes. Whatever.
Yeah, but he's a slot.
Well, CJ plays a slot largely.
You got to throw him back, though. I think I've seen him back for the Bears lately.
It depends. He was the one that Christian ran away from on the slant. So if they go kind of man blitz, he ends up in the slot on somebody. He's not covering
cooked by somebody.
Yeah, he's not covering Jane Reed or Christian Watson or anybody.
He's probably not even covering Jacoby Keeney James, whatever his name is.
That was his name.
Might be it.
Yeah.
Hey, my boy, we back. UMass's own.
Hey, shout out UMass. They play in Gillette Stadium. Why? Don't know. 5 people show up to their games, but whatever.
I mean, they're the Minutemen. It's appropriate.
They are the Minutemen. But yeah, I mean, we should be able to win this game. It's really just, can we put points on the board, and can we get a turnover? The last thing I want to see is 3rd and 4 turning into 4th and 2 or 4th and 1, and then go for it every single time, right? Because Ben Johnson definitely carried that over from the Lions. He's going to do that. That always makes me nervous that we have to defend the extra down. I hate it. Just
especially with
keep it
when
long.
it's 4th and 1 or 4th
Correct.
and 2. What are they going to do?
Right.
64, please save us.
Shout out Jonathan Ford. We need you. Former Bear, former Packer, then former Bear, now Packer again.
He's back home where he belongs.
He's back home.
Miami's own, baby.
There we go.
I had this crazy thought earlier today, and maybe this is just birthday bliss. But Lucas, if we can beat the Bears / when we beat the Bears, I'm really not anticipating that we're going to go on a 2010 like run.
Probably not.
And this season is so full of a disappointment, so full. But I think I could go into the offseason with peace if we at least knock out the Bears.
100%. If like their dream season comes to a halt because they can't get past the boogeyman still at half strength.
The boogeyman with like one leg and hobbling.
Correct. That would be phenomenal. That would be delicious. I would love that so much.
When I was trying to think of a title for the last episode, I was like, I can't do like Patchwork or Practice Squad Packers because we've done that before.
We have.
And this is way deeper.
Correct.
This is way deeper. If we can just get the best out of everybody for one more game, and you know what? Maybe we get hot. Maybe we get the best out of everyone for one more game because they are not going to allow the Bears to beat us 2 games in a row. They are not going to allow the Bears to insult our coach and insult our franchise and insult our intelligence as human beings. Maybe we can rally together and win this game and then go on after this. But please, for the love of God, beat the fucking Bears.
Please.
For me, for Luke, for everyone who lives south of Cheddar Curtain, who everyone was born with a functioning brain. Like, come on, y'all. Do your jam jobs. And let's get some new folk heroes. That's all I want, bro.
I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it. What do you got for me as far as some spicy predictions?
Okay. Packers 31.
Okay.
Bears 23.
I like that. Okay.
Javon Bullard.
Oh.
Turnover on a screen. I'm not going to say if it's like a forced fumble
or a
recovery, if it's a straight up pick,
Ooh.
but it's going to be on a screen like we've seen him flash a lot. So that's my on defense.
I like that.
And then on offense, I think James gets back in the end zone. Give Josh Wiley. He's Wiley. Give him another touchdown.
I like that a lot. I really hope I don't regret this.
Oh, here we go. I'm ready for this.
Like I said, I'm getting some. I'm feeling a little 2023 vibes. Little 2023 vibes. So that means I got to go like 38-17.
What? Oh, you're saying we smack those boys. You say it's open season.
Yep. We're hunting for bear.
Okay. Oh. What are we bringing, miniguns? We're bringing AK-47s?
Oh. I'm going to say X gets a pick. He finally catches one. And one of those stupid deep post over things that annoy me. I mean, I love them in real life. I just hate that they keep completing them. Caleb Williams has like 2 plays. That's one of them. The other one is just sprint straight right and throw to somebody tiptoeing on the sidelines. Like that's Caleb Williams. And then on offense, I mean, I think Josh Jacobs has a little get back game. I think he gets 1 rushing, 1 receiving touchdown.
He'll be up to 3, bro. Those haters about his receiving stats get kick rocks.
He has phenomenal hands despite just never getting receiving touchdowns.
It's like the Giants and Tyrone Tracy, man. We can't make him do it. It ain't our fault they're dumb.
True.
Alrighty, folks. Well, until next time.
Go, Pack, go.
Go, Pack, go.